Hey, let's talk about God of War 3, released in March 2010, loosely based on Greek mythology. Developed by Santa Monica Studios, it's a PlayStation exclusive that takes place directly after the last game in the series, God of War 2. God of War 3 is the ninth best-selling game on PS3 of all time. God of War 3 has the same hack and slash style of gameplay as earlier games in the series. At the end of this trilogy, it had a lot to live up to. It does what a sequel should: connect to the other games. Marian Kralchik is the writer of God of War 3 and the games before it, also known for being the researcher on LA Noire. If they replaced the writer, this game might have not had the same level of success. God of War 2 and 3 have a 3-year gap between them. I'm going to be getting into my spoiler free review now because there isn't much to introduce you to. You can skip this if you came here for the spoiler review, but if you haven't played this game, I would recommend watching this section than playing the game for yourself. This game is an absolute cinematic roller coaster with in-depth gameplay and fantastic graphics. It can take around 17 hours to beat if you're rushing through the entire game. But if you like to take your time, it can take to upwards of 19 hours. It never fails to make me engrossed in its story and setting. Kratos finally does what he strived to do in the last two games. That's all I'm gonna say in my spoiler free review. Go play it if you haven't already. Kratos begins this game very vengeful. You kill the gods and get different abilities from them. Kratos' journey from the depths of Hades to the top of Mount Olympus is an absolute joyride to be on. His goal is when he gets up to Mount Olympus to kill Zeus, but he needs Pandora's box to get the power to be able to kill him. Kratos makes a connection with Pandora and doesn't want to let her sacrifice herself, even though that's how he would get Pandora's box. Pandora reminds him of his daughter that he murdered under the influence of Ares. I believe that this game has the best gameplay in the entire series of God of War. Even against God of War 2018, this game is one of my favorites, even though its style of gameplay is almost completely different than all my other favorite games. But similar to my other games, its gameplay loop is quite satisfying. After Kratos kills almost every god, he kills Zeus and stabs himself with the Blade of Olympus, releasing hope into the world. In the post-credit scene, you can see the Blade of Olympus abandoned and a trail of blood leading away from the blade, implying that he survived. I don't want to waste your time, so I'm going to get into the conclusion now. This video is short, but that's because there isn't much to say about this game. The gameplay is the main component. There isn't many flaws that I can think of. The only thing I could think of is that people make dumb choices that don't make any sense at all. But people do things that are just completely nonsensical sometimes. I would highly recommend this game if you haven't played it already. Well, that's all I have to say about God of War 3. My next video is going to be a review of Punch Out on the Wii. Alright, see ya.